Today I'd like to welcome you all to Vevay, Indiana. What brings me here today, we're going to talk about two different things. We're going to talk about Vevay, Indiana itself, and we're going to talk about a movie that was filmed here 50 years ago. Let me get my big camera set up. We're going to get some shots of the Ohio River. We're going to get other shots around town, and I'm going to tell you all about it. I hope the wind ain't messing me up, but Vevay, Indiana. According to the 2020 census, the population here is 1,780. This is one of the most unique towns you will ever find. Beautiful scenery. I'm right here at the edge of the Ohio River. Just breathtaking. It is a very unique town. All right, let's talk about what brings me here. The other reason it brings me here today. I'm gonna jump back on the other camera and talk about that. And wouldn't you know it, the wind finally stops. What the heck? Back 50 years ago, a movie was filmed here in this town. It was called A Girl Named Sooner. The movie was about a young girl that was a bandit and an older lady moonshiner here in Indiana, that's what it was based in, was taking care of her. The movie was based on the 30s, and she pretty much kind of took care of this young girl, and something happened. The young girl ended up living with a couple that was not able to have kids, so they took her in. I don't want to give too much about it because this movie I'm going to put down the description. Now, I was lucky enough to find this movie on YouTube. Okay, now let me tell you what's going to happen from this point on. I wanted to do something I've never done before, but some of my favorite YouTubers I watch, like the Grim Life Collective, he and his wife does this, but I chickened out at the last minute. I wanted to take parts of this movie that was already, the only place you can find it is on YouTube right now. I want to take parts of that movie and show you some of the places that they filmed. I only know of a couple places. That's the problem. Angie and I sat down and watched the movie last night. And one of the places, the old courthouse, and the other place was the old movie theater. Now, they're going to show that movie later on this month, later on in June, of The Girl Named Sooner at that movie theater, which has been 50 years ago, which was 50 years ago. It was filmed here. But I chickened out showing pictures of what it looked like then to what it looks like now, and let me tell you why. On YouTube, you gotta think, if I'm saying it right, it's the Fair Act. That means you are able to use some footage that somebody else has done and put it in your videos, providing it's not 3 seconds long, providing you are not putting down the YouTuber that did it, and you're doing it justice, and you give them a put the video name that you got it from down in the description. Well, the downside to that is, folks, there's no guarantees you won't get a copyright strike. There's no guarantees that your AdSense will be taken away, and there's no guarantees you won't get sued for it. I just almost had a bad mistake, guys. Let me show you. I went to turn around to lean on this, thinking it wouldn't open up, but it does. And if I did that, I would have fell right down there and probably cracked my head on them rocks. Yeah, at the last second, Angie's like, Michael, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, what was I thinking? So guys, at the last minute, I chickened out from doing something like that. I've never done anything like that. Maybe in the future, I might be able to show some locations of things and maybe show pictures. But right now, I can't take that chance. I just can't do it, y'all. I chickened out. It wouldn't be that hard to grab some still shots and put them in today's video. But I'm afraid you're just going to have to look at it and maybe watch the show, watch the movie, and draw your own conclusions from that. Some people get away with it, and I probably could have got away with it. I'm sure nothing would have happened if I would have stuck with the guidelines, you know. No longer than 3 seconds. Give them credit in the description and things like that. But knowing my luck, I would have been busted. All right, from here, we're going to jump on a bigger camera. Hopefully the wind won't dicker it over. We're going to go get the courthouse. Ripley County Courthouse, Vevay, Indiana courthouse. That was in the scenes of some of the shots on that movie. And so was Main Street, which is right up here. It was a sheriff's office that was in, but I can't find out where that was at. Now this is the old jail cell, and funny enough, I got this on footage back in the winter months. Yeah, we might go up there and look inside here in a minute. But right over here, that's the courthouse from this angle. You know what? I did say was going to get this look inside back then. Let's go inside and do it anyway. We're probably going to GoPro do this. Now Angie told me there was actually a book written on the girl named Sooner. So we're going to go over here. We're going to retrace the steps I did this past winter. It was cold. And I walked up right where I'm walking up now. Yeah, this past winter I walked right up yonder here. And I took my big camera and got a shot of this old jail cell. The door's open. I was afraid to go in last time, but we're gonna go right up to it this time. We're gonna read that sign. Maybe we're allowed to go in. On our way over to the old jail cell, let's do some talking. Vevay, Indiana is one of these places that is just unique to live. It truly is. I never lived here, but I do know people that do live here. If you like that small town charm, and you like towns that's just loaded with historical places, Vevay's your place. I was going to get some more of these places on video, but the problem with that is the residents, people live there. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this says. Jail, replacing 2 earlier big jails. This limestone rock jail was built in 1854 by Joseph Peelman for $3,000. Excuse me. Well, the windows are busted up. See, I do wonder if we're allowed to go in here. I don't want to get in here and get in trouble. It's going to be dark. Hello? Knock, knock. Oh, wow. Let's just peek around the corner. Oh, my word. Oh, could you imagine how hot this was? You know what? Let's walk right on that. There's the jail cells right there, y'all. Oh my gosh. Kind of smells like pee in here. But could you imagine being locked up in these cells? Holy smokes. Oh. Well, guys, there you go. Let's get to the top of it. Oh, I would imagine up there it would have been the guard walking up there on top of that tier. You got 1, 2, 3 cells. All right, let's get out of here just in case I'm not allowed being in here. But the door was left open. It was left open in the wintertime too, so. But there you go, an old jail cell, guys. So if anything about today's video, I got to show an old jail cell. Angie and I have talked a couple times. We thought it would be a good place for Angie and I to move to down the road, here to Vevay, Indiana. I still wouldn't mind living here. But on the other hand, I want a farm somewhere. Well, not exactly a farm. I want a place in the middle of nowhere with some acreage. That will fit us more better than living in a small town. But I still love a small town. I still love the charm of a small town. I mean, holy smokes, you can't go wrong. Here's the outskirts of this town right here. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to head on over to the movie theater and we'll do some talking about the girl named Sooner. I'm glad I remembered this. This church was in quite a few of the background scenes, come to think of it. As we was driving down the street to go to the movie theater, I just remembered it. Oh, quite beautiful, isn't it? The Hoosier Theater, sometime this month, the movie The Girl Named Sooner will be played here. I think it will be played here. Let's go over there and take a look. All I know is I read for the 50th anniversary, they're going to play the movie here at the theater. And that's my phone going off. How dare them interrupting me while I'm filming, huh? Let's get up and get a better look. Want to? Figure we'll get a close-up of the sign. Might be able to use that in a thumbnail. I'm just taking a wild guess this is still used as a movie theater. I just don't know, y'all. Now, when they were filming The Girl Named Sooner, there was a wine festival going on down here. And they put that in the movie as well. Now, Vevay is known for its wine. It's supposed to be the best in the whole country. This place was built on the wine that is made here in Vevay, Indiana. And I noticed when we got here, we seen this, the Swiss Wine Festival. Now, in the movie, they show a festival going on, but I couldn't find out where that festival was going on. So I would imagine it could be on any of these streets. Main Street up yonder, or even on this side street right here. Right over there's the Huser Theater. Library over yonder, that's a new library, but yeah. Okay, we're gonna go find another spot. Maybe get some more history shots. I seen a building that had old cars in it, which brings me to the next thing I want to talk about. Yeah, you know what? Let's use the GoPro from here on out. Angie and I decided to try to load as much historical places in this video that Vevay has to offer as much as we can, and still talk about The Girl Named Sooner. But as we was driving up the road, I could not pass this up. Life on the Ohio River History Museum. I would imagine this house is part of it. There's an old riverboat right yonder there, and there's one right there. Far out, man. Oh, look at this. This is kind of nice. I don't want to get in the grass just in case. Of course, I think Kitt's going to walk in the grass. Now, this right here, well, this is about the winery we was just talking about. There you go. Established 1802. It tells a little bit about it. And right here, oh my word, you know, this almost like it looks like an old church at one time. We're going in front of it, and well, it should say up here on the sign. It's just a memory of this person right here, but it almost looks like an old church. Look at this. I would almost guarantee you, yeah, you can see the stained glass windows, but I believe today this is the historical museum, I think. Let's go in the front of it and find out. Before we show the front of this beautiful, what I'm calling museum, which is an old church, guys, when I started off today's video, I was seriously off game. Because I'm like, what can I say about A Girl Named Sooner? I don't know a lot about it because there wasn't a lot I could find online. And honestly, I decided not to do the video. Then I decided to do the video. Then I decided, well, no. We'll get into all of that at the end of today's video. But right now, let me turn around and show you this. Then I'm going to show you something else. This was an old church. 1850 or 1860. And I would almost guarantee this thing was still a church when that movie was being made. More than likely, this church was in that movie. You guys want to see an old fire bell? I do. Historical fire bell. Oh my word. Erected in 1895 by the city council near center of each Warren, I think. Used until 1935 when replaced by electric sirens. There it is, y'all. Oh my word. Holy smokes. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that something? It's gonna seem a little dark. Now I would say I love to ring that, but I'm afraid if we ever ring that, it'll fall apart. Holy smokes. 1895. That thing is well over 100 years old. Oh my gosh. See what I'm talking about? And there's the church in the distance. You see what I'm saying? Vevay, Indiana is loaded with history. A lot of the small towns are. You know, a lot of the towns up and down the Ohio River is just rich. And we're talking filthy rich in history, man. And if this doesn't get your blood going, what the freak does? This pumps me. I know I'm making a video that has to do with A Girl Named Sooner. I get that. I do, I get it. But talking about the rich history Vevay has to offer and showing what I can show puts me back in game. Because there ain't a whole bunch I can say about the girl named Sooner and the filming location here in Vevay, Indiana, because I just couldn't find a lot. But it's kind of cool. 50 years ago is when they made that movie here in the town of Vevay, Indiana. All right, we're going to go over and get some historical antique cars I seen in a window driving up and down Main Street, and I'm going to tell you something about that. Okay, now, don't quote me, I may be wrong on this, but one of the things my wife believes, when the movie A Girl Named Sooner was being made, they might have used her grandfather's antique car in some of the scenes. Now, with that being said, here on Main Street, right here on beautiful Main Street, I noticed something. Here's some race cars right here in this window right here. Look at this. Oh my word. Oh, let's go on down. All right, guys, it's all gonna be in one take. I believe there's another one right here. Oh my word, look at this. Oh, I wish I knew more about racing, but I don't. Sorry, y'all. And we'll go on down further, I believe is where the antique cars are. Yep, sure is. Look at this. Oh, actually, that's a horse and buggy. That's a buggy right there. And there's an old car right next to it. And there's an old race car in there too. Look at that. Oh, holy smokes. Let's see if there's anything in the window down here. Nope. They got the blinds drawn on that one. This is Vevay Auto Car Tractor Sales. Oh, that's cool. Let's look right here. Here we go. Let's put the camera right up to it. Oh, wow. From this point on, we're going to look for more history, more historical places that we are able to film. And then, before I leave here and I give my closures, I probably show a good portion of Main Street as we're driving down it. Angie just reminded me, here's an old gas station right yonder here too. It's got some cars in there too. Look at that. Should we go up there and take a peek? See, I can tell you right now, this car right here is the 70s. Oh yeah. I used to own a car similar to that. Then you got yourself a, I want to say Corvette. I could be wrong. Oh wow, then you got yourself a boat right yonder, a speedboat. But this is an old gas station right here. Yeah, at one time, and that's the building that has the old cars in it. And here's part of Main Street right here. All right, let's get going. By the way, if you guys ever want me to come back to Vevay, Indiana and get more footage of the old jail and more history of the old jail, leave it down in the comments. I will be more than happy to film the crap out of that. I will come up here and I will do it like you would not, like I never did anything before. Oh yeah. All right, I'm getting in the car, but before I do that, oh my word, look at this old mailbox. I just now noticed it. Oh my word, look at this. If that ain't pretty. Holy. All right, on to the next place. Don't quote me because I could be very wrong on this, but one of the parts in the movie where they had the old school, I think we found it. Let me turn the camera around and show you. This does look like the old building that was on the in the movie, and it had the children coming out that door. And I do believe this was an old school. Maybe still is. I could be wrong though, but I do believe. Let me back up and try not to get hit by a car. This part right here was in that movie. I could be mistaken. Real quick, as I'm walking back to the car, if it's the first time you ever watch one of my videos, please hit that subscribe button. My wife and I do adventures. We do a little bit of everything when it has to do with adventures. Historical adventures. We love to get bridges. We love to do some fishing. It's just adventures my wife and I do, and I like to bring the camera with me, obviously, so I can film for those that can't make it out. Let my cameras be their eyes and ears. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that like button. Here's the corner side of what I'm calling the old school that was in the movie. Go on down the description, y'all. Go on down there and watch the movie yourself. Yeah, So I haven't posted the one they have on YouTube, the only one I can find. And you tell me if it doesn't look like it. All right, we're gonna go to another place and we'll probably close this out. We're trying to look for some more historical buildings, but we can't seem to find any. And by the way, one other thing here in Vevay, Indiana, this is also the place that Kat Von D lives. Her in that beautiful mansion. I will not be getting that today. I filmed the Black Rose Garden back about a month and a half ago. So if you want to go back and watch that video, feel free, because I get the mansion on that. Right now, we're just not going to get that today. And the reason we're not, because I felt funny about filming it, because that's where she lives. Today's video, I set out to do some filming about a movie that was made back in 1974, 1975, here in Vevay, Indiana. I only have very little information to go on, so I wasn't able to do it 100% justice. Plus, I was too afraid to use some of the shots off the movie in today's video. So, as of now, while we're giving the closing, I'm going to show you Main Street of Vevay, Indiana. You can see some of the historical charm. This place is amazing. But as far as the movie, The Girl Named Sooner, that was made here, and I think there might have been another movie made here. But there's a lot of movies in the town 20 miles up the road called Madison, Indiana. And there, you have a lot of historical charm too. But like I was saying a minute ago, I only had so much to go on. And they are going to be playing that movie down here sometime in the month of June, which is now. And the lady that played Sooner, the girl that played Sooner, is supposed to be making an appearance here, and that'd be kind of cool too. Maybe I should have came up then and see the movie and bought the tickets and maybe get her some film. I don't know. I should have done that. But guys, like I said, when I came out to set, when I set my mind to do the video, I said, no, I don't want to. Okay, I'm going to do it. And today alone, I changed my mind 3 different times on this. Now, let me tell you what my future plans are. Let me tell you why I'm doing this and the next video, because in 1 week, I go on vacation. I'm going to be going, I'm not making plans because they always foul up, but we are hoping to go to some faraway places to get some waterfalls, get some more parks, get some more historical buildings, get all kinds of things that make Angie and I tick. And not to mention fish, and more fishing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's film. The Girl Named Sooner. Do you remember this show? I did not know of it. I've heard of it through Angie, because she always told me her grandpa's car was in it. So I heard of it, but I didn't know anything about it until the other night when Angie and I watched it. So guys, go down in the description, as I mentioned before, watch the YouTube video. It's really good. It is. And let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you've seen this before. And by some chance you're ever here in southeastern Indiana and you're close to Vevay, Indiana, pay this town a visit. And if you just so happen to come out here, go on down there and drive around, look at the black tulips and look at Kat Von D's mansion. I wish I would have got that today, but she lives there and I felt funny about getting it the last time. Until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. It means the world to me and Ange, and we'll catch you on our next adventure. And I have no idea what it is, because I'm saving all the good stuff when we go on vacation. I don't know, maybe it'd be a log cabin. Maybe I shoot that old log cabin in Versailles. Okay, I got to do a small short, because I had a mistake today. I had a video go up, and it was actually meant for Monday, but it went up today. Till then, come on, let's get out of here. Thanks for watching, y'all.